And now, ladies and gentlemen, Arturo Padilla.
Join me, leave your field to flower. Join me, leave your cheese to sour. Join me, come and waste an hour or two. Journey to a spot, exciting, mystic and exotic. Journey through my anecdotic review. I got magic to do just for you. I got miracle tales to tell. I got parts to perform, hearts to warm, kings and things to take by storm as we go along my way. You have absolutely no idea how much I've always wanted to sing this song on stage. But when they went ahead and casted every single role in the last revival of Pippin without asking me for the teeniest part, I figured that before they asked me to audition for the role of Bertha, I might as well conjure up my own show. So, welcome to Miracles and Other Charms. Tonight, I'm going to take you on a musical journey through all the things that make life wonderful and magical. And let's start by explaining why I'm so in love with Pippin. Okay? Well, because Pippin was that little prince that wanted to be extraordinary and decided that in order to do that, he needed to go off in search of magic, only to find out that it always lived in the most average and ordinary of places. And isn't it exactly that kind of magic that we all hope to find? The charm in small things, the magic on a beautiful melody that connects us to a memory, or the enchantment of a sunset that suddenly turns the skyline into pure gold, the moment you fall in love. And I think I know exactly what some of you might be thinking right now. Miracles, honestly, we all know they're nothing really. Fairy tales, make-believe, like magic, sleight of hand, trickery, might as well admit it freely. Miracles, laughable, like magic. All they are is wishful thinking, simply an illusion, just a lively tale to help us through. But if they were real, think how they could feel. Miracles happening like magic, coming true. That's their charm. Everybody thinks they need one shining out, bright and clear, like magic. Say the words with your arms, ask, and you are guaranteed one. Just like that, they appear like magic. Are they love, or fame, or fortune? Well, draw your own conclusion. Maybe they're a sign from you know who. Maybe. But once the door is ajar, look, and there they are. Miracles everywhere, like magic. And I've got magic to do just for you. I got miracle tales to tell. I got parts to perform, hearts to warm, kings and things to take by storm as we go along my way. I've never been a man who lived an office life. I've never been a man behind a desk. I've always been a man who said that staying still was playing dead, the kind who's looking forward to the challenges ahead. Now people say that's irresponsible. People tell me stay at home. But I'm not made for things like mowing lawns or apron strings. I'm my best when not at rest. So I fight the dragons and I storm the castles and I win a battle or two. Until the day it's time I'm packing up and I am bringing all my stories home to you. All I can see is smiles ahead with miles to go. All I can feel is wind and sun and the sky. Stop for a coffee, make a friend, and pray the day will never end. 'Cause there's one more adventure waiting round another bend, where we fight the dragons and we storm the castles, and I win a battle or two. Until the feeling comes like 50,000 drums, so banging, bring my stories home to you. And I wonder as I wander on the road from door to door, exactly what you think of where I've been. You know I joined a circus and a mermaid fought a war. You know I think of you through thick and thin. Because even though I'm making deals and bringing people joy, I'm usually only thinking of my boy. And out there on the road I pray you'll come to me one day and say, hey Dad, let's fight the dragons and then storm the castles till we win what needs to be won. So when I'm old and tired, you'll do the job required. You'll be there telling stories to your son, where we fight the dragons and we storm the castles, and I'll do the best that I can, 'cause everybody knows that's how the story goes, to turn each boy into a bigger man. So I'll fight the dragons. Oh yes, I'll tell the stories, I'll storm the castles, I'll fight the dragons till you can. So, as I said, this is going to be a journey through all the things that are magical in life. But the first question is, where do we first encounter magic in life? And frequently, I'm a true believer that parents can do magic, at least most of them. How do I know that? Well, because my mother was an expert at creating magic through storytelling. She can spin the teeniest tale into a grand saga. And in her telling you of this story, she would get you completely wrapped up in it. And suddenly you found yourself smack in the center of places that I had never even seen when I was young. Let's take, for example, a frozen lake. See the silhouettes. It's a little book of silhouettes. When you flip the pages, they move. Look how nice. Now this is you on skates, turning pretty figure eights on the cool, smooth ice. We are gliding, gliding on a pond. Close your eyes, close your eyes. We are gliding, gliding far beyond. Close your eyes, close your eyes. Feel the wind as you pirouette. Are you happy yet? Are you happy yet? We are gliding, gliding far away. Pirouettes, figure eights, silver skates, just down the tracks. Glide with me, little one. Glide with me, darling. We'll never look back. Don't ever look back. Now, magical encounters happen in life in all sorts of places, and frequent, actually. But one of the most important ones that I want to tell you about tonight was what happened to me the first night that I came to Don't Tell Mama. I came to meet the manager of Don't Tell Mama, Mr. Sidney Myer, to ask if I could do a show here 3 years ago. And I proceeded to read as part of my resume to him that I had little to absolutely no experience singing anywhere outside of a teeny little piano bar in the village called Marie's Crisis. Well, Sidney must have found that wonderful act of self-promotion absolutely delightful. Because his answer was something like this. Wake up! Bestir yourself! It's time that you disinter yourself. Now, our stage has been graced by the likes of Liza and Judy and Barbara, or a reasonable facsimiles there too. So you, my boy, have a spot to fill. Buds below, up is where to grow, up with which below can't compare with. Hurry, it's lovely up here. Life down a hole takes an awful toll, what with not a soul there to share with. Hurry, it's lovely up here. Wake up, bestir yourself. It's time that you disinter yourself. You've got a spot to fill, a pot to fill. And what a gift package of showers and a love you'll be met above everywhere with. Fondled and sniffed by millions who drift by. Life here is rosy if you're a posy. Hurry, it's lovely here. geranium, it can't be fun. Subterranean, on the exterior, it's cheerier. And superior. As brandy, come give at least a preview of Fiesta. Come up and see the hood we're giving. Come up and see the grounds for living. Come poke your head out, open up and spread out. It's lovely here. Right there. Well, ever since that first night here at Marie's Crisis, weaving my own little stories into other people's songs has become my absolutely favorite way of doing magic. And I know that people find magic in all sorts of places. And actually, that some people don't actually crave the spotlight. Now, that completely baffles me.
Who are those people?
I don't know, it's not you, Deb. But the reality of it is that you can find magic in all sorts of places, as I said. And if I were to ask some of you up here right now to join me on the stage, some might give me answers like the following. I don't want to stand on a stage with a sword. I went to a pantomime once. I was bored. I'm not the poetical sort of a person like you. When I need a poem, the streets and the gutters will do. There's Tommy Flanagan, who lights the gas lamps. 190 lamps in Phoenix Park alone. He's done it, drunk, for over 57 years. In Dublin and down on Henry Street, there's Mad John Maher, all rambling Johnny with a face like hammered meat. But Johnny's singing brings a Dublin man to tears. I don't know the way to tell you how it feels, or how to put it in a rhyme. But if you come with me, you'll know how the lamps in the park look like God in the dark as they glow on the streets of Dublin. Honking and the dockers yelling, the buskers banging and the ragman ringing bells. And there's Marine, whose door is always open for all Dublin. And Tony Kiley with his racing pigeons. It's like religion, how he lives to fly those birds. He swears they travel for 100 miles or more. Don't know the kind of words that you might say, but I can put it my own way. And if you come with me, you'll know how those birds on the wing are a beautiful thing as they blow through the streets of Dublin. There's music like nothing you've heard if you know the right jukebox to play. There are glasses to raise in the praise of surviving the day. Down where Miss Kitty Farrell is pouring whiskey and Frankie Donahue is lighting her cigar. A smoky den where working men don't bring the wife. It's the laughter of fellas with stories to tell, men who love to get drunk and race through freaking hell. How you come out with me and you'll see what you're missing in life. Now you should really not believe everything that you read on the tabloids, because I'm not Irish. And in fact, I have never in my lifetime set a foot in Dublin. But you don't need to have ever set a foot in Dublin to have encountered the cast of characters in this last song. Because they're the everyday people that manage to find moments of wonder out of everyday things. Like take for example, if they walk down a street they walk every day, but suddenly find it crisscrossed with lanterns, and they immediately know it's time for Fiesta. Gloria a Dios, en las alturas recogieron las basuras de mi calle que era oscuras y hoy sembrada de bombillas. Colgaron de un cordel de esquina a esquina un cartel de banderas de papel, lilas rojas y amarillas. Y al darles el sol la espalda revolotean las faldas bajo un manto de guirnaldas para que el cielo no vea que en la noche de San Juan como comparten su pan, su mujer y su galán, gentes de 100,000 raleas. Y apurad, que años espero si queréis venir, que cae la noche y ya se van nuestras miserias a dormir. Y vamos subiendo la cuesta que arriba mi calle se vistió de fiesta, que arriba mi calle hoy está de fiesta. Well, my friends, with all that talk of fiesta, I think it's time to glam up things. Because we have arrived at the tunnel of love. Yes, this is going to be the portion of the entertainment absolutely devoted to the transformational powers of that most bewitching of emotions. So in order to get us all in the mood, let me start by telling you a story. It's a story about fashion. It's a story about time and dreams. It's the story of Schmuel, the tailor of Klimovich. Schmuel would work till 10:30 at his tailor shop in Klimovich, get up at dawn and start again with the hems and pins and twist. 41 years had come and gone at his tailor shop in Klimovich. Watching the winter soldier on, there was one thing Schmuel had missed. If I only had time, oh Schmuel would say, I would build a dress that's in my head, a dress to fire the mad desire of girls from here to Minsk. But I have no more hours left to sew. From the clock upon the said, na 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 na, oh Schmuel, you get to be happy. Na 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 na, I give you unlimited time. Na 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 na, just do it and you can be happy. But Schmuel said, no, no, it's not my lot. I gotta make do with the time I got. Schmuel was done at 10:30, and he said, good night, old Klimovich. Put on his coat to go, but then the clock cried, wait, not yet. Even though you're not wise or rich, you're the finest man in Klimovich. Listen up, Schmuel, make one stitch and you'll see what you can get. But Schmuel said, clock, it's much too late. I'm at peace with life, I accept my fate. But the clock said, Schmuel, one stitch and you'll unlock the dreams you've lost. So Schmuel, with reluctance, took his thread. He pulled the vault of velvet, and he said, I should take out my teeth and go to bed. I'm sitting here with talking clocks instead. And the clock said, na 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 na, oh Schmuel, you get to be happy. Na 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 na, I give you unlimited time. Na 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 na, just do it and you can be happy. So Schmuel pushed a thread through the needle's eye, and he loosed her down from the starless sky. And Schmuel pushed a thread through the velvet black, and he looked, and the clock was turning back. So he grabbed his shears and he cut some lace as the hands reversed on the old clock's face. So his fingers flew on the fabric swirl. It was 9:15 all around the world. Every cut and stitch was a perfect fit, as if God himself were controlling it. And Schmuel cried through a rush of tears, take me back, oh, 41 years. And on it went, down that silent street, till Schmuel's dress was at last complete. So he stretched his arms and he closed his eyes as the morning sun finally started to rise. And that dress he made on that endless night was a dress to make any soul take flight. Not a swatch, not a skein, a gun to waste, every ribbon and button ideally placed, and so to the seams were 41 seasons of dreams, dreams that you could feel coming real. And that very dress, so the paper swore, was a dress a girl in Odessa wore. On that day she promised forevermore to love a young man named Schmuel, who only one day before had knocked at her kitchen door. But in real life, we know that clocks don't talk. And more importantly, they don't turn back either. Which means every minute we get to spend together, it's all the more meaningful. In whatever time we have, for as long as we are living, we can face whatever comes. if we face it now as one, I could make it on my own. Let me know that I don't have to. No one really wants to be alone in whatever time we have. Though at times we are afraid, with so little to believe in, it's alright to feel afraid. I will hold you in the dark. All we know for sure is this: though the world could end tomorrow, you and I will be together in whatever time we have. We know life can be a battlefield, but we won't run and we won't yield. You'll be my fortress and I will be your shield. No one really wants to be alone in whatever time we have. There are times we are afraid in a world that's so uncertain. When I feel your hand in mine, and there's courage in my heart, we could live 100 years, or the world could end tomorrow, but you and I together in whatever time we have. From this day forward, nights will be so dark. From this day forward, we will never look back. In whatever time we have, we can make the most of time, and at least we'll be together in whatever time we have. Now, time and relationships don't always stick together. In fact, I've come to realize that time sometimes is simply one more paint color that we apply to the impressionistic art of our emotions. And when we're stepping right in front of it, God knows what we're looking at. But if you let the distance grow, you can sometimes actually see if by chance you made a hat. Yes, he looks for me. Good. Let him look for me to tell me why he left me. As I always knew he would. I had thought he understood. They have never understood, and no reason why they should. But if anybody could, finishing the hat, how you have to finish the hat. How you watch the rest of the world from a window while you finish the hat, mapping out the sky what you feel like planning a sky. What you feel when voices that come through the window go until they distance and die, until there's nothing but sky. And how you're always turning back too late from the grass or the stick or the dog or the light. How the kind of guy who's willing to wait is not the kind that you want to find waiting to return you to the night, dizzy from the light, coming from the hat, studying the hat, entering the world of the hat, reaching through the world of the hat like a window, back to this one from that, studying a face, stepping back to look at the face, leaves a little space in the way, like a window, but to see, it's the only way to see. And when the one guy that you wanted goes, you can say to yourself, well, I give what I give. But the one guy who won't wait for you knows that however you live, there's a part of you always standing by, mapping out the sky. And it was another certain little prince that taught me that when those you love travel to the edge of life, they suddenly become laughter in the stars. But you see, the amazing thing for me has been to find out that actually they can stay ever so present in small charms they leave behind. My grandmother went on a trip once, and even though she would normally always come back loaded with presents, this time she returned carrying only this little silk wrap box. She asked me to open it, and inside it I found a teeny little metal dinosaur. She put it on the palm of my hand as she said, "It will protect you, always." Love, hold my hand. Let me see with the dawn that those that have left are not gone, but they carry on as stars looking down, as nature's sons and daughters of the heavens. You will not ever be forgotten by me. In the procession of your mighty stars, your name is sung and tattooed now on my heart. Here I will carry you forever. You have touched my heart and life came from that little prince. And the quote is, "In one of the stars I shall be living. In one of them I shall be laughing. And so it will be as if all the stars were laughing when you look at the sky at night." Morning glow starts to glimmer when you know winds of change are set to blow and sweep the whole land through. Morning glow is long past due. Morning glow, feel the earth, come and shine for all your worth. We'll be present at the birth of all faith looking new. Morning glow is long past due. Oh, morning glow, I'd like to help you grow. It should have started long ago. So, morning glow all day long as we sing tomorrow's song. Well, never knew we could be so strong, but now it's very clear. Morning glow is almost here. They leave magic to do just for you. They leave miracle tales to tell. They leave parts to perform, hearts to warm, kings and things to take by storm. And as we go along our way, the one little bit of magic to do we each have to figure out for ourselves is how to find our own path in life and hope that it would lead to a place we can call home. I have been very lucky to have found two such enchanted places in my life. And as I go back and forth between them, I try never to lose track of where I've been. Because sometimes you find there are giants in the sky. I tell you, there are big, tall, terrible giants in the sky. When you're way up high and you look below at the world you left and the things you know, little more than a chance is enough to show you just how small you are. When you're way up high and you look below at the world you like none that you've ever known, where the sky is lead and the earth is stone, you're free to do whatever pleases you, exploring things you never dared, 'cause you don't care when suddenly there's a big, tall, terrible giant at the door. A big, tall, terrible lady giant sweeping the floor. And she gives you food and she gives you rest, and she draws you close to her giant breast. And you know things now that you never knew before. Well, not till the sky just when you made a friend and all, and you know she's big, but you don't feel small. Someone bigger than her comes along the hall to swallow you for lunch. And your heart is lead and your stomach's stone, and you're really scared to be all alone. And it's then that you think of the things you missed and the world you left, and all the fun is done. You take what you can and run, and you stumble down and you look below, and the world below begins to grow. The roof, the house, and your mother at the door. The roof, the house, and the world you never thought to explore. And you think of all of the things you've seen, and you wished that you could live in between. But you're back again, only different than before. Well, after the sky. I arrived in New York City at the tender age of 25. And let me tell you, Manhattan didn't look one bit like a Big Apple to me. But something floating down the Hudson did look quite a bit like a big, tall, terrible lady giant. And as I looked at the skyline from the window of my dorm in Brooklyn, and the sun set behind it, all I could dream of was the slightest opportunity to go there. When you're alone, life is making you lonely, you can always go downtown. When you got where is all the noise and the hurry seemed to help, I know. Downtown. Just listen to the music of the traffic in the city. Linger on the sidewalk where the neon signs are pretty. How can you lose the lights so much brighter there? You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown where all the lights are bright. Downtown, shining for you tonight. Downtown, you're gonna be alright now. Now don't hang around and let your problems surround you. There are movie shows downtown. Maybe you know some little places to go to where they never close. Downtown, just listen to the rhythm of that gentle bossa nova. You'll be dancing with them too before the night is over. Happy again, the lights so much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown where all the lights are bright. Downtown, shining for you tonight. Downtown, you're gonna be alright now. Now, once upon a time, there was this young man that arrived in New York, walked out of his hotel, and strolled down Broadway, all the way down to Times Square. And he thought to himself, I've arrived downtown. For the record, I was never that lost. But this young man put it on paper in a song. Petula Clark sang it, and he climbed all the way up to #1, back in January of 1965, which follows that if perchance it was playing in a certain maternity ward back in Mexico City, well, that would kind of explain how I ended up downtown. Find somebody kind to help and understand you, someone who is just like you and needs a gentle hand to guide them along. The light's so much brighter there, you can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares, and go downtown where all the lights are bright. Downtown, shining for you tonight. Downtown, you're gonna be alright now. I was born in a complete different enchanted city. One that is surrounded by volcanoes, full of monuments, and glorious food. In fact, you can pretty much say that the story of my hometown started with a meal. Let me explain. When this eagle sat on top of a cactus in a little island in the center of the lake and decided to have rattlesnake for lunch. Well, those who found it thought it was a magical sign. And for all of us who have followed after, we have simply come to lovingly know it as a symbol of Mexico. Mi ciudad es Chinampa en un lago escondido. Es ensontle que busca en donde hacer nido. Reguilete que engaña la vista al girar. Baila el son del tequila y de su valentía. Es jinete que arriesga la vida en un lienzo de fiesta y color. Mi ciudad es la cuna de un niño dormido. Es un bosque de espejos que cuida un castillo. Monumentos de gloria que verán su andar. Es un sol con penacho y zarape veteado que en las noches se viste de charro y se pone a cantarle al amor. Por las tardes, cuando llueve, se moja su piel morena y al desatarse las trenzas, sus ojos tristes se cierran. Mi ciudad es Chinampa en un lago escondido. Es ensontle que busca en donde hacer nido. Reguilete que engaña la vista al girar. Baila el son del tequila y de su valentía. Es jinete que arriesga la vida en un lienzo de fiesta y color. Es un sol con penacho y zarape veteado que en las noches se viste de charro y se pone a cantarle al amor, al amor, al amor. As we're growing up, we're always taught that the whole point about magic is never to figure out where the trick is, right? Yeah. Well, I have found out, personally, that sometimes when you actually find out the trick can be so much more magical than the magic itself. That happened to me on 2 blue-skied September mornings. The morning of September 11 and the morning of the earthquakes in Mexico City back in 1985. There were historical moments where the enchantment of my city seemed to have vanished in a flash. But in the days that followed, I little by little and very quickly started to realize that it is the people you love that make a city magical. out of the ruins and rubble, out of the smoke, out of our nights of struggle, can we see a ray of hope? One pale thin ray reaching for the day we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of man. We may not see the ending, but we can start slowly but surely mending, brick by brick, heart by heart. Now, maybe now we'll start learning how we can build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but we can build a city of love. When your hopes are all but shattered, when your faith is all but killed, you can give up bitter or battered, or you can slowly start to build a beautiful city. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. We can build a beautiful city. Not a city of angels, but finally, yes, city of friends. And that I know, because I know it was the miracle of friendship, if it was not the miracle of family love, that brought each and every one of you here tonight. Because, let's face it, there's simply no other reason. So, I want you to know that I'm ever so grateful for that. And I want you to know that when you're down and troubled, and you need some loving care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You've got a friend. the sky above you should turn dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind begins to blow. Keep yourself together and call my name out loud, and soon you'll hear me knocking at your door. 'Cause you just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. Now ain't it good to know that you've got a friend when people can be so cold? They'll hurt you, yes, and desert you, and take your soul if you let them. Oh, but don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running, running to see you again. And again, oh, winter, spring, summer, or fall, now all you got to do is call, and I'll be there, yes I will. You've got a friend, you've got a friend, and I'll be there, 'cause you've got a friend. So sadly, like all magic, it comes to an end, but I don't want to send you off without having one final huge sing-along for the spirit of all Marie's crisis days. Okay? So I went back and forth and I kept on thinking of it, what could we do for a sing-along? So I figured out that we should sing something that made us feel like defying gravity. No. Well, it's definitely not that. You're not remotely Marie's crisis level drunk, and let's face it, I could not sing that. I actually was thinking of something simpler, but with strings attached. Just a little song to say goodbye. A little song to send us all off humming. And a very little song to remind us that frequently in life it takes very, very little to experience magic. With tuppence of paper and strings, you can have your own set of wings. With your feet on the ground, you're a bird in flight. With your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and send it soaring up through the atmosphere, up where the air is clear. Oh, let's go fly a kite. When you send it soaring up there, all at once you're lighter than air. You can dance on a breeze over houses and trees. With your fist holding tight to the string of your kite. Oh, let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. Let's go fly a kite and hand.